going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36 and happy hump day. And happy to those in the state of Florida where you will be. We're gonna get rain, so we're gonna get good for our yards. Yeah, it's supposed to be today, tomorrow, Friday, un poquito on Saturday here in Jacksonville. It's supposed to be raining down in Brevard. It's like a hurricane right outside, like in the Atlantic, but we'll be getting the residues and shit from that. So perfect baby making weather, but you probably don't want to have a baby in this economy, just so you guys know that. Don't know if government shutdown. So shout out to my peoples in the government, and federal government. You need something to watch, you need something to vent, take that pain away. Come do this. Hey, fix my crib. Yeah. But for those who don't know, I'm at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of Den Media Group, presented by MFTK Foundation, and the tailgates to end all tailgates. I just got CJ just made me a fire edit. Shout out to Adrian too, with the edits, all the stuff for that. Yeah, if you shoot, we don't even be doing tiebreakers like that. I don't even be paying attention to them like that, Jeremiah. But if you want, I will check in with you. You guys gotta make sure y'all you hit my mind a little gone. I ain't gonna lie to you. Still trying to get. I got one more funeral. As my teammate Leon Washington used to say, I got one more of those to go to. And then I think I'll be on track. Didn't mourn, didn't cry like that, but just you ever just felt spacey? And then also, this is the time when motherfuckers don't want to get some act right, and I don't like when people don't have act right. So we one person got his act together though. He did send me the majority of the stuff. I had to threaten to pistol whip him. Shout out to open carry in the state of Florida. If anybody, we got the applause. Anybody participating in that? Nah. One, don't be foolish. Don't be foolish like the one dude in the fucking motorcycle with the Draco on the back. Like, no, you're not in the fucking Grand Theft Auto, bro. It's not that bad. But like, but sometimes you gotta threaten to pistol whip a bitch. Jaden, I just sent you the flyer that I'm gonna post that with the link. Trying to get that thing up to 200 plus for the tailgate. So make sure you buy the tailgate stuff. We'll have we will have the menu out sometime today. Again, just forgive me for stuff. Yesterday was fun. Like, if you want to go see some, Mark Rogers was good. So Cam Underwood came in, and shout out to Cam. Cam Underwood was so good and behaved so well that I might try to get Cam on the show on Friday. His last name is dope, but he ain't like that. It's very disappointing. He's not like my guy, Frank. Not Frank Underwood. If I don't ever remember, if I didn't have to remember his name, I would have said it at the time. My guy, oh my bad. Underwood is from House of Cards. Maybe he is kind of like Underwood from House of Cards. A little sassy. But he was good. He behaved. Adrian said my man looked like Carl Winslow. That was hilarious. It made me chuckle. Everybody was like, "Can you please get him to shut the fuck up? He's talking too much on the Florida State show." I don't run that show. I just get blessed because of StreamYard to run it on my channel, and it gives you FSU content. Everybody says they want me to do more FSU content. I don't know what like doing this right here by yourself is not easy. I actually think I want to put Jaden one of these days when I can't make a show. I'm just gonna let Jaden and Miles do it, just so everybody can see. Like it's not as easy to just talk. When you don't do it, once you get your reps in, it becomes second nature. But like,
they'll be mad talking about video games.
I'm shit, man. Hey, talk about that. But that's the way to make it work. You talk about what you know,
yeah, that's
and what you're passionate about. Because when you don't know anything, like if you're sitting here trying to break, like that's why I be laughing at some of the people trying to break down football games. Bitch, go if you don't go and talk about your video game experience before say and sat down somewhere and let the experts talk. But Cam, we talked about, but that one was good. If you just want information and you want like football talk, listen to that one. But then the second one, when I went on Herb's show, disregard her. Herb is cool. Herb, good guy. I don't really know. You know, they little. One of them might be a little spectrumish, but it's okay. I've done this show for a minute now. Good people, good FSU fan. It's just us talking shit. It's us and me, my boy Kelvin Harris over there talking about he got one. Kelvin been ugly his whole life, man. No, good and damn well. But Kelvin won 3 national championships with the Miami Hurricanes. We had Blade on there. Blade is a Deidre Dodge, one of the goats at Florida State. Only one of the few people on this planet to win a national championship and a Super Bowl. We had Rambo, who I think he's a younger Miami player. I just remember, you know how you just recognize the name?
Rambo?
I think it was Rambo was his last name. I think that's why you can't forget it. Yeah. And he played for the U. And then they had one guy who was one of their original, the groundbreaking guys from the University of Miami. Like, you know, I like talking to guys like that who, regardless, you were one of the first black players there. Like, so I got to give you, you dealt with shit that I didn't have to deal with. So, like, kudos to you and props. But I ain't gonna lie, there was absolute, like, Kelvin tried to come in and talk ball with the trolling, but you could tell Kelvin didn't really know. Like, I came in and I was like, Kelvin, come on now. Like, we're gonna just attack, we're gonna blow him out with explode. I'm like, Kelvin, there's not shit on what game. I asked him, what game do I need to watch to see that? Because I ain't seen that shit. This ain't Cam Ward, and there's not a bigger Carson Beck fan in media than James Coleman. I don't like Carson I like Carson as a person. I seen the grow up. I seen the glow up. Kudos to him. But like, when cats just get in there just to talking, I just be like, hey man. Angela, I really don't. It's in the live. If you just go to the YouTube channel and you click on the lives, it's on there. It's on there. But like, we had Charlos Thomas. If you don't know Charlos, again, he's an A50 boy, Big Ben player. Played at Jefferson County High School, was on the 99 national championship team. I believe he was one of the starting, I think he was the starting right tackle. We had another guy who I don't even I didn't, but he's an OG, so I respect him. I know he played. You ain't getting no, but bottom line is it was a lot of shit. I thought Blade was finna whoop somebody's ass too. Blade was like said, hey man, we're not gonna tolerate that disrespect. And it was just yeah, man, it's all kinds of good stuff in there, man. So but check that out. Please check out the tailgate. Anybody, my son is doing the world famous chocolate. Yeah, anybody, I remember those from when I was coming up. My son's out here slanging boxes. And one of the reasons why I really remember it, because one of my favorite Boondock skits is the fundraiser. And that's when Riley basically says, I just want to make money. And so he did the world's famous chocolate, and he didn't get a school back the money though. Yeah. Like, he was just out there just taking it, and then apparently it was a big racket, and that's when he did the greatest fuck you montage ever. And it's just a great thing. That's how I feel. Cause my son, because they have to do it through their school, so I have to submit the money. I have to take you. They're not even letting you just bring cash to school no more. Really? Yeah, I got to put my card on. Like, they got this thing called My Bucks or whatever. You have to pay for it through My Bucks. And Trey just out here just slanging $60 packs, like moving it. Like, I'm like, where are you getting this? He just comes up to me and just slides me like, boom, right here. Just right there. Dad. I'm like, all right, you need another bite. So what happens is, if he gets 5, if he sells 5 boxes at $60, right? So that's $300. So part of me, actually, I'm gonna tell you, the dad in me just wants to put $600 in there and just roll and let him, because you get, once each box he sells, he gets a prize, and it's not that one prize. The prizes all roll over. So like, I think once you get 5, you get into there's some kind of book bag thing that these kids like the spray pack. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, the backpack, it's a cool backpack, and then like it has little things on it that are worth money that you could trade in, or you could get a couple of them and then you can get one of the backpacks. So his friends are selling the little trinkets to him for some candy. So he's out there like just slanging them. And But if you get to 5, you get in a drawing to win $1,000. And then you get $10 for after 5, you get $10 for each box you sold. So if once you get to so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, he gets 5. Anyway, I did the math, and the ROI if he sells 10 boxes, it's not a lot of money, but it's actually a pretty good percentage what goes to him if he slings these boxes. So I like the entrepreneurial side of it, and I like the fact that he's Trey ain't grow up in the streets. Trey ain't grow up in no variation of the hood, but I feel like he's I feel like he's doing this like a drug dealer. I feel like he's got a distribution network. He's over here doing hand to hands, selling chocolate to old women. Like I gave him the game. So I told him at the funeral, I said, "Hey man, old black women." He's like, "I can't." He's like, "Dad, I got 7 of these almonds, man. These chocolate almonds. Nobody wants to buy the chocolate almonds." I said, "Hey, old black women like those." I said, "Go ask your grandmother." And my mom just said, "Hey, boom, right there. Yeah, just give me that." And she's like, "Man, I'm gonna give you $20 for it." And I'm like, "Shoot." Once he figures out the game, he good. He Gucci. So, anyways, those are just some of the things that we got going on. We got a pretty good show here coming up. Remember, we have the today's Wednesday. So we are we are giving away a pair of tickets. Nobody came through and just blessed me with the bread I could use. But if you want to win tickets, if you're listening to this on the Twitter, and I'll make the announcement a few times, you got to be on YouTube to win, and you have to be present to win. So if you're not present to win and you're not on the YouTube, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to do this. So nobody else, all these people who are rich, everybody brags about how much money they got, but no show is giving you access to be able to get into one of your favorite schools. So make sure what we do, type in MFTK in the chat if you would like to win a pair of tickets to the game. I'm not giving you any parking passes. That's on your own. That's between Jesus walked. But those are what you get. Please follow instructions. Type in MFTK. I wish I could tell you to share the YouTube, but yeah, I don't know what to do about that. You want tickets, go to the YouTube. I'm gonna type it in there. People can't say they don't have the link because I'll be typing that shit in the fucking Twitter comments, the Twitter description. So we gotta get these numbers up. Check this out, all that jazz. So outside of that, let's start off our show the way we start off each and every show, with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
All right, what we got, Jaden?
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a morning edition of Big Games B.S. here on Wednesday, October 1st. This is your first time here at the show. Welcome, and it's called Big Games B.S. because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. First things first, we have a mid-season tape to review in our MFTK section to kick off the show. Then we're going to transition to college football. Going to talk about FSU football, some of the news surrounding the Miami matchup, and some more information on the tailgate as well. We're going to get into some players, coaches, and we're going to touch on college basketball player in our college section. Before getting into the NFL, we're going to start off with the Jags, the home team, before transitioning into the 2 Monday night football games that a lot of fans had an issue with. And then we're going to get into some players and programs as well, while looking at the NFL leaders in stats before getting into the big games BS category to finish the show, bring the scope of the conversation outside the typical football world. We have our BS or bussin' topic in our category, our food topic, and then we got some more WNBA topics to discuss, and we have a continuation from last show. But first things first, we got this mid-season highlight tape from Bulls running back Xander Edwards, excuse me. He posted the tape on his Twitter account on September 29th. We got it right here. It's 6 minutes long. Not going to watch the whole thing, but we're just going to check it out, see how his highlight tape is looking. And if you guys do not remember us discussing Xander Edwards, he holds the Florida high school state record for most touchdowns in a game with 8, beating Derrick Henry's record. So here are the highlights, and let's see what they're talking about.
So this is Baldwin. You see, everybody got the stance now. Go back real quick. Rewind that back. So I'm gonna tell you what I like about this. So pause real quick. Now, disregard the fact that there are a lot of midgets on this field, because Xander does this against big schools too. But watch how he hits the hole full speed, and I love that. So just even guys against midgets don't do this. But like, this was crazy. This is the team who scored 8 touchdowns, by the way. They were terrified. Now 13 is Fordham, the one who we're about to flip, the tight end we're potentially going to flip. So it was a great kick out. He went up in there and then boom, like that was really, really good. This is Oakleaf, our divisional rival. Much better team. Wow, same exact play. Go back. This is what, man, you ain't want these, boy, Coach Foy, you better, Coach Foy, get your guys right, dog. Coach Foy's Oakleaf team is one guy. Hold on, pause. Hold the fuck up. Are they in 2-3 double threes? They normally have a nose. All right, okay, push play. I'm bad, Jay. This is me watching an opponent, an upcoming opponent's film. So go ahead, push play. 57 kicks out. So the threes try to slant across the face and just leave just a good night. Big ass gap. Just such that. He recognized the gap and again full speed. This is St. Aug, who beat Bowles. St. Aug, we played them the last game of the season, and again, just look at that. My brother is probably a 4'6", 4'7", but he runs it every time, man. It's a big motherfucker. This is Monarch High School. This is the 77. No, this isn't the 77 yard run. This is the one I wonder if this is the one that takes up the sideline. Like, nobody wants to tackle his big ass, and that's great. I love it. I love it, man. Like, I'm not saying this in the derogatory. Like, I am Xander is a damn good lacrosse player too. He's giving up lacrosse. He's fucking up our, like, we can win state in lacrosse, Xander. Ooh. He's dribbling people. You're not supposed to dribble people in football. You saw the head, and then just like, okay, X, excuse me. It's not Z, it's X. All right, this is Monarch again. Smoke was not wanted. Oh, that was terrible, son. Ah, that was awful. That was awful. Good run. This is Creekside in the spring game. Okay, no, in the kickoff class. Excuse me. Uh, 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 hit the sideline to the apartments. Oh, my bad, Bishop Kinney. That's who that was. All right, I know it was somebody. Black and red. Bishop Kinney. Bowles is the best program in the area right now. Bowles reigns Mandarin St. Aug, even though they lost to St. Aug. Did you see my man hanging on for dear life? All right, we'll watch one more. Oh, yeah. I thought he would have scored on that one. All right, okay, we'll watch one more. Let's see Oakleaf. All right, he messed that one up. He should have scored on that one. But I would put that higher up in his highlight film. Guys don't be knowing how to put their highlight film. That's funny. You're right. I like I like how they use the arrow to point out like he isn't the only pilgrim in the backfield. Bowles is so there was a cap at Bowles a few years ago. He went to Air Force. Cade Frew. And Cade Frew was like, I wasn't coaching then. I was just in the news and my pumpkin spice princess, my homie Mia O'Brien, who comes on all the time, and she was just like 3-6. You got to check out this pilgrim. And I'm like, man, that's a cold ass pilgrim right there, man. I like Cade Frew's at Air Force. He's a bigger version of Cade. Xander's like 6'2", 230 easy. They said somebody put 210, 215. Like, man, I told my dog in the spring, you a biscuit away from putting your hand in the dirt. But you run like that, it doesn't matter how big you are. He broke Derrick Henry's record. Bowles is a lot better than Yulee ever was. That level, they don't. You're playing public schools with very few enrollment. Bowles is a really, really prestigious private school that recruits. And they don't just recruit football; they recruit everything, and they're really, really good at it. But you still have to do the academic work. So their offensive line is massive. That's why I think they really do a much better job in the trenches than most schools around this area do. So, good program there. B. Lynn, I don't think Baldwin is embarrassed at all. Like, that was a shootout. That game looked like a basketball score. Baldwin's quarterback threw for over 300 yards. They had a wide receiver over there that's really, really good that I think had about $175. Like, Baldwin went out there and Screws is their offensive coordinator. I mean, their coach, I believe, out there. And he's did a really, really good job of getting the most out of what he has. So kudos to them. Bowles' defense is typically a lot. They have Asher Gito, again, another 28 monster over there. And I would have thought they would have done a little bit. The defense would have been a little more stout, but kudos to those guys. Kudos to Xander. Really, really good young man. Glad he broke the record. I get hyped for everybody. So cool. MFT, he was running with some MFTK in the spirit.
All right, Seminole fans, we need that Seminole pride for our game against Miami, number 18 versus number 3, going at it, game 5 right here for you all. Yes, it is sold out, and courtesy of Norvell Central, the cheapest ticket for admission on SeatGeek in the Florida State Miami football matchup is $263.60 after fees. So, man, prices is pretty expensive because that is the cheapest ticket for the game against Miami. And speaking of the game against Miami, FSU released their depth chart, James. There's some notable changes on here. So First big changes in the offensive category. Rodale Williams is back with Sawchuk in that backfield. That 1-2 punch. James going against Miami. Saw some coaches and fans are happy to have Rodale back for this game as well. And also, you have Boggs coming back too. He did not play in the Virginia game, so he's looking to make his debut back. Hopefully, he shows out under the bright lights in prime time against Miami. And yeah, James, I just wanted to ask you first and foremost, what do you think will be the effect on the game with Roydell and Sawchuk being in that backfield?
You got more Roy and Kazaya. You got your bigger, more powerful backs. Roydell just got to stay healthy, man. Like, but Gavin, those are going to be the guys that just continue to move the chains. This is going to be one of those games where you have to do that. You absolutely have to be able to move the chains. Miami's going to try to win. Miami's going to take the James Coleman philosophy, because down south, if you got good D and you get some top, you're winning in life. So that's what they're going to do. Florida State's going to have to sustain drives, and they're going to have to score and force Miami to get out of their conservative play calling and force Carson Beck to throw the ball downfield. Because what we have seen is when he did try again against Florida, again, it's not a huge. It's not that he can't. Is that he's still trying to we're still trying to recover from that elbow injury. We saw when he threw the interception to Kamani McClain. Well, it wasn't two, but the ball kind of hung a little bit. He didn't have the zip that he wanted on that, and he wished he could have got that back. You have to try to force Carson Beck into situations like that. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by obviously playing good defense, but not just having 3 plays and score drives. And oh wow, well, we got to make sure we put what Jennifer just put on there. That's amazing news. Kudos to their family. But you got your guys that are going to be able to play. But the only way you win this game is, I wish I could circle this, but down there at the bottom left of the depth chart is the offensive line. They have to play better than Miami's offensive line. That's where you have to win. They cannot let the Miami's D line control the line of scrimmage. And if they do, then it's going to be tough. But if they're able to keep them confused, keep in front of the sticks, continue to score, continue to do things, you will see Florida State. That's the keys to success. To be able to come out victorious. A lot of what they did to Alabama. You have got to get on there. You have to confuse the opponent. So they got to. And the biggest thing is come on, be more physical. Offensively, they were fine. Outside of the turnovers, you can't spot any team 14 points. Defensively, we have to make better tackles. Luckily, from what we've seen of Miami does what they do. They're going to run duo. They're going to run it's your D line. Your defense should be a little bit. You know what's coming at you, and the way Miami does, and rightfully so, they're going to attack you and make you prove that you're better than them. And I don't. They have every right to do that.
Let's take a look at FSU's viewer numbers from the past game against Virginia, because it is something pretty special. So, got it right here that the game had 4.4 million viewers, a peak of 6.9 million viewers, and this was the most watched ESPN Friday game on record, excluding Black Friday holiday games. So you can see right here that the logo has motion, the logo carries weight, and James, that's a lot of people tapping into a Friday night game.
Like I said, broke the record. One thing about Florida State's box office, boys, I believe that this Saturday's game is going to again prove Florida State's mettle. This will be the most one. It definitely will be the most watched college football game this season, if not one of those. Shout out to Luke. Luke was in attendance to the game. Sent me some really cool stuff. I just wasn't able to post some of it, but it was really, really good. Box office boys, man. That's all I can say about it. People could say, "Oh, y'all suck" or "y'all do this," but at the end of the day, we're still like that. So
FSU fans, please, please, please promise me one thing. Don't go too crazy on your boy Kirk Herbstreit,
oh
because
no,
according to Barstool, FSU, Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler are set to commentate Miami versus FSU on October 4th. James, please
go
don't do nothing
nuts,
crazy, man. Please.
go ham,
Representing the tailgate, man. Please.
go nuts, go ham. Like throw dog food at them. Do
You think
something.
you think FSU fans are gonna bring that smoke to Kirk Herbstreit?
No, I mean I think some will. There'll be some sign. I mean, like, man, Kirk. That's why Kirk didn't do game. That's why game day's night. Like game day would have had to have been here if they would have won, right? But they were looking for every excuse to keep Kirk safe at all costs, and they did. So it's BS, and he's going to have security, a security detail, and to be honest with you, he won't need it. You're not going to be able to get. A couple years ago I took my blind nephew to the game, my favorite nephew, and they got a chance to go up there and talk to Kirk, and they did all of these other different things. They their trailer is literally right next to gate. I believe that's gate C. And they stay in that trailer until it's time to get out and go. And he's flying in from Tuscaloosa. So as soon as game day is over, he'll probably get a police escort to the airport. Probably about an hour, about a 90-minute flight, maybe 2 hours. I doubt it's 2 hours, but I know it's about 90 minutes at least. He's going to fly to Millionaire Air, and he's going to get a police escort to the game. So the only way you can throw stuff is if you throw it on the field at him, and nobody has an arm strong enough to do that. And he'll be in a situation where nobody can get to him. So, and I could get to him, but I'm not going to risk it's not just me. It's no fun if the homies can't have none. So I'm not going to do it. But he's going to be in a situation where he's going to be almost untouchable to the normal person.
Wishing everybody a great time at the game. And speaking of great times, James, we have great news coming from Ethan Pritchard's family in camp. So we got this update courtesy of Facebook, courtesy of Stuart Moore. And it says, quote, "Just know prayers have been answered. I just got an amazing update from Earl Pritchard, including moving his arms, turning his head, opening his eyes. He's now only on 40% oxygen, and he's off the EMO machine. We'll share more later on this progress. He's doing it." Man, that's great news to hear from the Pritchard family, from Earl Pritchard, courtesy of Ethan Pritchard. And it's just great to see that, man. He's getting better and better in due time. Shout out to the Pritchard family. And man, I know it's been rough, but everything is going to get better one day at a time. And everything seems like it's getting better. So only hope for the best.
Man, being able to breathe when you can't breathe, trust me. But that oxygen is great when your lungs ain't working for you. But getting down to 40% means he's doing good, and I'm happy for him, man. That's hopefully this kid recovers very, very strong, and just keeps getting better, man. That a sad situation. I can't wait till everybody gets the justice that they deserve. Yeah, because that's sad story, sad situation, and I hope he recovers fully strong to be able to go out there and still be able to live his dream. He worked. He's a tough son bitch, because you got to be a tough son bitch to be able to go through all of this. So, I'm hoping and praying for full recovery.
We mentioned it at the beginning of the show. But if you did not get a chance to listen to us in the beginning talk about the tailgate, make sure you guys click on James's pinned tweet on his account at Big Game James _36. So when you click that link, it's gonna pop you to this website right here. Click buy tickets. Put a 0 right there. $65 plus a $2.75 booking fee for you guys right there. Then we also have this graphic. Somebody made who made the graphic for you, James?
CJ, I don't know. Somebody made it for CJ.
Oh, okay.
The first one was Adrian, and her graphic was dope as well. So that's just another one. So
yeah, guys, make sure to tap in. Barbecue, seafood, drinks, fun, Dope Boys reunion, Miami tailgate, lot 19. Dope Campbell Stadium. That is the Spirit Way Garage across from the softball and soccer field. And it's going to be from around 12:15 to 10:30 p.m. or a little bit later than that because there will be TVs there as well. So shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys please get your tickets. Time is approaching. Anything to say, James? Anything I missed out on the tailgate?
Nah, just make sure you go buy the tickets to the tailgate. We've had a good surge of people getting it. We will sell up until the last minute. If you buy tickets, it's going to a good cause at the end of the day. If we typically never run out of food, never run out of liquor, but if we do, remember it's because you bought a ticket late and you didn't even give us a heads up that you were going to buy it. So it was all you can eat. Just all you can eat is gone, and all you can drink is gone. So. But on there's always a surprise. Matt's bringing shrimps, his shrimp jambalaya, which is always a good fan favorite. Apparently Lisa's bringing cut water. Don't know what the fuck cut water is, but apparently when I've been doing my research, cut water does something to women that just makes them all kind of friendly and frisky. So kudos to cut water. And we will have water. I know that. Hopefully chaser and plates and all that other jazz. So we shall see what we got.
Nice. Make sure to tap into the link, guys, and enjoy the tailgate once you do. Speaking of enjoying, a lot of fans got their money's worth in college football this past weekend because there was a slate of games that went into OT that was exciting to watch. So, one of those games being the Oregon versus Penn State game going into second overtime with Oregon ultimately getting the W 30-24, and 6 games went to overtime in week 5, with 3 of them going to second overtime. 4 of those 6 overtime games involved a ranked team, and in 2 of them, a top 10 team lost. Yikes, that was FSU, that was Penn State in that mix. But these are some great games that occurred. And man, that Georgia Tech Wake Forest game was pretty surprising as well. Georgia Tech pulled through in overtime by 1 point. But these are just some interesting games. And James, did you get a chance to see the Georgia Tech Wake game? It was very, very, very up and down. Very, very.
Oh, I watched a little bit of it. Like halfway. Again, there's Florida High kids in that game participating. On Georgia Tech, but like that's why I don't listen to people when they say NIL transfer portal is messing up the game, because all that looks exciting. Like just not having watched them just looks like there's a lot of competition going on in there. The teams that you expected to run away with it didn't run away with it or didn't win at all. So, yeah, y'all be lying. Just like people like all the people mad about Bugs Bunny performing at the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
Bitch, y'all was boycotting. What the fuck do y'all care? I thought y'all was like, what the fuck do y'all care? Like, let people be happy in peace. Yeah, like shit. But this was good ball. I mean, this week. That's why nothing is for certain. These are still people, still a lot of passion, still a lot of pride. that goes into it. If you're not on top of it, you're gonna screw up. So, but the beautiful thing about the college football playoff, you can drop 1 to 2. It's like the NFL. NFL, you do not have to win every game to get to win a Super Bowl. In fact, it works. You need to lose and even in March Madness, most teams don't go undefeated. A lot of teams like to lose in the regular season to recalibrate and get their guys focused. Doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense when you look at the years of data. So, good football. And speaking of good football, remember MFTK in the comments if you would like to participate in the drawing for the 2 tickets to the Miami game.
The Arkansas football program is drawing names out of hats, James, because Bobby Petrino is meeting with Arkansas assistants throughout Monday morning. Among changes is a parting of ways, with defensive coordinator Travis Williams. And just wanted to add something that they Arkansas had a freshman linebacker, Tavian Wallace, who was heavily recruited by FSU in high school. Many people are hoping that he can make a switch to FSU since his DC is gone. But just wanted to update everybody on the Arkansas coaching dilemma and the changes and adjustments they're making in the middle of the season. James, I know you lamented your thoughts on coaches changing in the middle of the season and how that affects the program. But man, when you part ways with another coach, a DC, does that just put a knife in the wound even more?
No, it just means Bobby Petrino is making moves as if Bobby Petrino already knew what was going on. Yeah. This beef, I'm gonna be again. We keep it real on this show. Keep it all the way 100. Bobby Petrino's a good coach. The only reason Bobby Petrino is not coaching at Arkansas right now is because they fired him for a dumbass clause that they have in any contract. He got fired because of a morality clause. He got caught cheating on his wife in the worst way you could possibly get caught cheating on your wife. Nah. Camera leaves a, okay, oh, wow. You get the suddenness and blah, blah, blah. You don't go through any other emotions except for the fact that person was cheating. Bobby Petrino was riding with his assistant, which was his mistress.
Oh,
it got in a motorcycle accident. And so you don't get the call first that your husband's cheating. You get the call first that might be fighting for his life. He got in a tragic accident.
I've seen people dress up as him with the
the neck brace and all of the other stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you. What the fuck does that have to do with coaching football?
I don't know, man.
I don't want my football. I played for Bobby. Bobby was a saint. Cool. Urban Meyer's the devil, and he wins football games. You know what? I ain't coming here to praise God. I'm coming here to win football games. If you can do both, cool. If you can't, great. Do the one that you're employed for. The problem is we like likable people and not people who can do their damn job. What law is that say I got to like you? I want people who are going to do right by me. Typically, the people that like me don't do right by me. But and I think his wife is still wouldn't even get a divorce.
That's crazy.
The only person, I don't know. I'm just saying that. I don't really know. But what I'm saying is if she stuck by him, Arkansas could have stuck by him because you know whose life got ruined since then? Arkansas. Arkansas ain't sniffed being a good program. But when I look at how swift and decisive his moves have been, the only person who didn't see this coming was Sam, the head coach. Everybody else knew that this was coming. Because firing your DC, unless you have somebody in the fold, does absolutely nothing for you right now. Right. It hurts. And the crazy part is she was probably getting active too. A lot of these coaches' wives, these people are separated. They're on the road a lot. This isn't a long distance relationship. This is a long distance relationship in a local setting. Imagine, you're only going to see, 10, so 12 months out of the year, 10, football is 10 months. Because when he's right now, he's got to train the guys he has on the staff right now, right? You've got to coach the guys. You've got to recruit your guys currently because you don't want them to leave because they got a 30-day window. You also have to go and recruit the next generation. And you got to recruit them after you're done with your guys, which is about 8 o'clock. So you're up to 11 p.m. every 11 to 12 o'clock. Get up at 6 a.m., do the same thing. Fridays, you're flying out to different schools to go coach. Go look at the next guys. Saturdays, you're coming back to coach a game. Even in bye weeks, you're gone recruiting all the whole week. It's a lot of stuff going on. Ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. Like, out of sight, out of mind. And that's kind of just, they have the bread at Arkansas to win now that cheating's legal. Mm-hmm. They have Tyson Foods, they have Jerry Jones, and they have Walmart. That is 3 notable billionaires. And how most states work, the state school is the school that everybody gives a fuck about. It's just in Florida, nobody gives a fuck about Florida like that. But in Virginia Tech is the school that everybody likes over Virginia. Clemson, typically South Carolina, Clemson has been the school more, but most places, so Arkansas, there is no competition for Arkansas. Arkansas State, no. I'm trying to think of the other schools in there. Ain't nothing in Arkansas but land, gang banging, and those major companies that I was just talking about. So, but I hope we get the kid, and I hope we get him on a coupon. Like, your ass took a job knowing them guys, but Sam Pittman been being fired for the last 2 years. He had some extraordinary wins, and his luck ran out, and they were ready to get, even though he's a lovable fat guy.
James, you mentioned lovable person, and I know for the ACC fans, we do not show a lot of love to this potentially new gubernatorial candidate that is your boy, James, who I'm just joking, Paul Feinbaum.
Wow.
Paul Feinbaum is considering leaving ESPN to run for a U.S. Senate seat in Alabama. Bama-Lama, James. Is this fitting for Feinbaum? Is the shock jock era over for the prehistoric Feinbaum, James?
Man, one, that's a terrible picture, and that might be one of his best.
He looks like an old cartoon.
It looks like a Schmeagle. And that neck is wild. Like, the ears are crazy. Hey, yo. But if he wins, it just proves that people don't give a fuck. Like, but I already know where he's gonna go. He's gonna go to Tommy Tuberville, Bruce Pearl route. Like, he's gonna bash the very because it's crazy. He's gonna bash the very people who made him a career by placating. One thing I'll say this: when all my self-respect is gone and my morals are gone, and I really just want to make money, there is a market to sell mediocrity.
Yeah,
making mediocre people feel okay about being mediocre and giving them someone else to blame, there will always be a market for it. It's just they've taken what self-help people, have you ever noticed that the people who always talk about like the self-help people, the gurus, most of them have the only thing they've ever accomplished is self-help?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying
like they've never been great at anything. Not all of them. There are some. I became a millionaire by telling other people what to do with their life. Your advice is dope. Why aren't you using it yourself? It kind of goes to the thing where people used to be like, why didn't you go to business school? Why am I going to get taught by people the best business practices that ain't using it themselves? If it was good, they would be rich.
Right.
And you know what they wouldn't be doing?
Telling you.
Teaching me. Trying to get me to work for them.
Right.
Paul Feinbaum is going to go in there and just say everything, all the poverty. And like, it's the craziest thing is Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia. outside of the one city that Georgia actually has, which is Atlanta. Everything else in Georgia is just fucking country.
Yeah.
It's
Atlanta's
one
nice
city. It's
as hell.
Atlanta. Atlanta is its own state. All those people are afraid of 13% of the population, and 13% of the population is all the problems in the world. We're the ones on welfare. Yet when you look at all of the numbers, it's alarming how many. Like it's poor people blaming other poor people for their poor problems. Some of my friends are great people. I tell them the only time I dislike them is when they get into social media posts. It's not that I don't agree with them or disagree with them. It's that I think they're stupid. I was like, I know you. You're broke. You're poor. You're voting in your own self-interest. I should be saying what you're saying.
Right.
Not the other way around. But even I know that that's dumb. But it doesn't affect me. I'm good. And to be honest with you, one thing I learned about minorities, y'all can cut all them programs. If for all I care, cut every fucking program. We're going to be all right. Tribal mindset will come in and people will go and start to attach to the people that they know. And that's like a lot of these programs are started because of minorities not getting what they needed. And that's what they did. And Gargamel is going to come in and fuck you up, guys. If y'all vote for him, I hope that the South succeeds. If that's the best that you can come up with, because you deserve everything that you're going to get.
I know we usually talk about college football, but we had to share this breaking news in the college world. But this pertains to women's basketball and USC star Juju Watkins, because Juju Watkins revealed that she won't be back during the 2025-2026 season. Here's her statement, quote, "These last few months have been filled with a lot of healing, rest, and reflection. Recovering from this injury hasn't been easy, and I want to say thank you. Your love, support, and kind words have truly lifted me up during one of the most challenging times in my life. Because you've been with me every step of the way, I wanted you to hear it from me directly that following the advice of my doctors and trainers, I will sit out this season and fully focus on continuing to recover so I can come back to the game I love. I'm incredibly thankful for my family, teammates, coaches, the USC training personnel, Jason Shane, and everyone who's continued to support me every day through this journey. I'm excited to keep putting the work in to come back even stronger." Get well soon, Juju. Get well soon. Man, sucks for my women's college basketball fans out there. She was a phenom on the court. Sucks we're not getting a chance to see her next season, but definitely some dogs out there who is on that hardwood doing their thing for the women's side, and it just sucks. Juju isn't going to be part of that 2025-2026 season legacy. So, but wishing you a better recovery, smooth recovery, everything associated with that.
Juju nice like that.
Yep. Shout out to Juju and her family. So let's move on from college to the NFL. We're going to start off with Duval's team, the Jaguars, and we got some news for you guys. Can't wait to share it. This is going to start off with Jordan Lewis. So right here, Jordan Lewis as the nearest defender in pass coverage this season after week 4, courtesy of Next Gen Stats. 25.9 passer rating allowed, 3.9 yards allowed per target, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a negative 24.5% catch rate allowed over expected. Lewis has the lowest passer rating allowed among players targeted 20 plus times this season. So, man, he is locking them up. Shout out to Jordan Lewis for being a dominant force on that defensive side of the ball. Man, seatbelt gang for sure. James, I saw that you predicted these next 6 games for the Jags, and I wanted to hear your thought process behind your decision and your speculation. So we have these 6 games right here. Jaguars are going to face Kansas City Monday night, Seattle, then the Rams in London, Vegas, Houston, and the Chargers. So, what do you think the record will be for the Jaguars during these 6 games, and what are some of the thought processes you're having?
I think I put 4-2. I think. Well, I know 3 of them. So I know. I believe Seattle. We're better at most positions. Las Vegas, we're better at most positions. In Houston, if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll be better there as well. The Rams, KC scares me because they're better at the quarterback position, and I'm not sure if we get 3 turnovers against KC, boy, that would be crazy on Monday night, and it'll be some elite lies told. Until they beat one of the better teams, I really can't just give it to them. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason. That's part of the reason why. I don't. The problem with LA, why I believe they won't beat LA, is Trevor. Like I don't know if Trevor can make the mistakes that he makes all the time against that dynamic defense. That's going to be a tough one. Same thing with the Chargers. I don't think we make Herbert mess up like that. So I think we dropped those 2 games. The other ones, I remember friends. I think KC, LA, and both LA teams, we beat one of those 3. And we win the other ones. In spite of Trevor. That's how I came to that. Trevor just needs to be good. Trevor doesn't need to be great. He just needs to be good. The problem is we have to protect Trevor from trying to be great. Because that's not in his wheelhouse right now. And I know people are going to see that and be very upset with me. And think that I don't like Trevor. It has nothing to do with that. It's just Trevor has not shown me anything in 5 years that makes me believe that he's better than Herbert. That makes me believe that he's better than Pat Mahomes. And really, that makes me believe that when he faces a complete when he faces a defense when our defense faces a defense that's more complete than them, that we'll be able to carry that. So. At worst, 3-3. The beautiful thing in all of this, and I've told people, like, if you've watched and listened to any iteration of this channel over the last decade, we've told you what you need to do as a Jag fan. First, we're happy the season starts, right? Right? So we're in October. Today's International Gray Sweatpants Day. So fellas, ladies can put up their sundresses. Unless you're in Florida, wear those things all year round. And fellas, it's time for us to bless the ladies and rock gray sweatpants. They're the most comfortable sweatpants that you can get. The weather is cooler right now. We can rock those things. But outside of being able to update our wardrobe and add sweatpants to it, we want to win enough games to where we're playing meaningful games in November. Nobody wants to talk about the draft in November. So in that stretch, if the Jaguars are 3-1 now, 18 seconds away from being 4-0, by the way, but at 3-1, if we add 3 more wins to that makes us 3 more. That gives us 7 wins. And now we're 3 away from what we need. Win 10 and you're in. So that will make the Jags 7-4, I believe. And in December, we're going to be a happier place. Because we're watching Jag games and not talking about the fucking draft. Which again, it's a fun time to be around. Like you don't have to you can do your Black Friday shopping and say, hey, are you going into the game next weekend? Yeah, I'm going because we got a chance. All we got to do is win a couple more, and we're not only in the playoffs, we're hosting a playoff game.
Right.
So that's always fun. Like it's an easier time to do stuff. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, that's my thoughts on that.
Since we're highlighting players on the defense, let's continue to highlight another stud on the defensive side of the ball, Devin Lloyd. So Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd added plus 56.3% in net win probability across 5 plays against 49ers. Lloyd intercepted 2 passes, earned a pressure on a fourth quarter sack fumble, and stuffed 2 runs at the line of scrimmage. He was 8 of 8 on his tackling, played 59 defensive snaps, and 2 run stuffs, 2 pressures, 2 interceptions. So, man, another defensive juggernaut for us. Even though we talked about defense, want to move it on to the offensive side because we're going to highlight Travis Etienne. So, he's the only player in the NFL with 120 plus rush yards in multiple games this season. James, he's been running like his life depends on it, and I've been loving to see it because you know more than anybody that when you have a good run game, it opens up your passing game for Trevor. So it's great to see Travis do his part on the run game. And man, he's had some great runs and great games this season. James, what do you think caused that jump for Travis? Why he's performing so well this season at this point in time?
Bitch, motherfucker want a contract. Gotta somebody gotta pay you. Like, so if you want the Jags to pay you, you gotta ball out. If you want to promote yourself on the free agency market, this is the best way to do it, to be able to go get somebody to give you that big monster contract. And it took him a little bit of time, but he finally became the Etienne from Clemson that we know, the best player on Clemson's team. I know everybody thinks I hate Trevor, but I'm gonna be honest with you. He was the best player on Clemson's team the 4 years that he was there. And I'm glad we're seeing this iteration of him, and hopefully it bodes well into more wins. But him and Devin Lloyd, who you just previously put up, are two guys who are looking to be able to put a mark on this team so that they're able to get paid next year.
Man, I hope those guys do get their bread because as so far, they are putting in that work for us. So shout out to the guys, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully we can get a W against Kansas City Chiefs. So, James, we have this insight graph courtesy of Football Insights, and it breaks down the defensive coverage usage through weeks 1 through 4. And I just wanted to point out the Jaguars for all the fans out there. Zoom in a little bit. So it breaks down the defensive coverages and and it breaks down how much the respective team uses that coverage. Sorry about that. So take a look at the Jaguars. You see cover 0, man, 1%, cover 1 around 15%, and cover 2 man around 1%. So those are your man schemes. And let's get into the zone schemes as well. So cover 2, 11%, cover 3, 30%, cover 4 around 13%, and cover 6 around 24%. So through these first 4 weeks, the Jaguars mainly use a cover 3 zone defensive scheme for that defensive dominance outside the ball. But second place, you got that cover 6. Third place, you got that cover 1 man. So just wanted to share this. And if you're not a Jags fans, make sure to look out for your team right here and make sure to understand what type of defensive breakdowns they have been doing this point in the season so far. James, I thought it was no surprise that the Kansas City Chiefs had the highest rate of cover 0 out of anybody in the league. Not surprising with Spagnuolo there. So just thought that, man, this is very fitting. Seems like it's very accurate. So just wanted to shout out that and just wanted to give everybody a little insight into the Jaguars, what they've been doing so far. But great graph courtesy of Football Insights. Very informative as well.
I almost want to, man, this makes this thing. We did this football 101 with the ladies, and like it was very cute. Like what she put it on. I don't know if y'all, damn, you can't see it. No, you can't see it. Miles, can you see that?
Right. Yeah.
So like they just made it like for women. So I've been thinking about doing this, doing mansplaining Fridays, and we have cover 0, cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. We don't have cover 6 on there, but a lot of people don't know what the fuck any of that shit. Definitely cover 6 means. But man to man is the easiest. That's basically basketball. Like and then cover 1 man is probably the safest defense that the Jags can do. If I'm being honest with you, zone. If you're not getting, they can run zone a little bit better now than they've ran in the past because the man with 2 last names and Trayvon Walker are performing and Arik Armstead are performing at a high level. So they're getting pressure on the quarterback. So that makes they have to move. And when you're throwing on the run, you're probably most quarterbacks are, especially if they're a pocket passer, are not as accurate when the pocket's moving. So, hey, the one thing I can say isn't the Jags' problem is Kemp. But I will say when you get 4 turnovers in a game, you should win by more than 5 points. So
Definitely second that. And James, let's talk about the doubleheader that occurred on Monday night between the Jets and Dolphins and the Bengals and Broncos. But first things first, James, I know a lot of fans were lamenting that they did not appreciate one game starting at 7:15 and then the next game starting at 8:15. You have that overlap between them. Are you a fan of the doubleheader Monday night football games?
no, but I'm a fan of watching multiple football games at the same time. Like, it's what difference is this than Sunday? Everybody lives in 2 market towns. Like, you have for most of my life, it was one channel shows the AFC, one channel shows the NFC, and I don't think it matters anymore. But like, it's not like the TV. Like before, you used to have it was PIP, picture in picture. You had to have a specific type of TV to be able to do it, and them shits was expensive. Or you had to have somebody that knew how to split things and do stuff like to make this work. Or you go to a lot of people used to watch games in sports bars so that you could watch multiple games at the same time. There is absolutely no difference in this than that.
It caught me by surprise though.
It was a little different. Like you're watching one game and it's going, and then the next one trails. It's basically trail coverage or a trail route in football, but when watching it, split your damn TV like a man and watch the shit. It bothers me that people get bothered by this. You know what? If you don't like it, pick the game you like the most and watch that one.
Yeah.
And shut the fuck up. Like you don't. I like football. Like if you like football like that, this is a beautiful thing for you.
I thought it was gonna be back to back.
Because now you're gonna complain because it's Monday night.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
I'm so tired. Why I gotta get up? I gotta get up in the morning for work. Why would the NFL put 2 games? Why would they put a game on so late?
Right,
man. Don't watch it. Don't watch. I love it. Again, YouTube TV gets you that. I'm really thinking. I don't want to. Man, this lady ain't giving me no bread, but this thing is. Let me ask y'all this again. Make sure you type in MFTK in the comments if you would like tickets to the game to be in the drawing. If I promoted a service that could get you every channel, bootleg movies like we used to watch them when America was great. It's 2 options. One has adult channels and not as good of movie choices. The other one doesn't have any adult channels and some good and better movie choices. But they all have every channel. You can watch the boxing matches. You can watch everything. You can watch, and you can split screen this service. And it's $40. I think it's no more than 6. It's $40 for three TV for up to 3 ports. It is $10 a port extra up to 5. Anybody interested in that? Because that's how I watch games anyway. I love to watch games where I can see multiple games at the same time. I mute commentators because most of them don't know. I don't like the commentators, and it's a good thing. But like, if you're interested in that, let me know because I'll start telling y'all who to hit up and how to get to that. But yeah, dog. Like football's football, bro.
let's get into the scores of the Monday night doubleheader. So first things first, the Miami Dolphins defeated the Jets 27-21. Let's break down this game right here. Let's do what we normally do. We just don't give you random numbers. We put up the box scores and the team stats to really give you guys a tentative outline of this game. So Justin Fields has been doing his thing, James. 20 of 27, 226 yards, 1 touchdown, got sacked twice, lost 19 yards, had a QBR of 76.7. He also had 7 carries for 81 yards, an average of 11.6 yards per carry, and he had a rushing touchdown as well. Garrett Wilson had a receiving touchdown, 6 receptions, 82 yards, and the rookie is getting some bump, James. Mason Taylor, the tight end, 5 receptions, 65 yards. Tua went 17 of 25, 177 yards, averages 7.1 yards per throw. And he had 2 touchdowns as well. Did not get sacked, but had a QBR 58.5. Devon Achane had a touchdown with 20 carries and 99 yards. And James, I know this is crazy. You are not exaggerated. You are not tweaking. Darren Waller, 3 receptions, 27 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, yes, Darren Waller had 2 receiving touchdowns against the Jets on Monday Night Football. And man, I had to double take because the New York Jets had 3 fumbles. And yes, they lost all 3 of their fumbles. That's never good. And for the Miami side, they had 2 fumbles and they recovered 5. So, man, let's keep on going. I had to double take again when I saw Jordan Brooks' stats. 18 total tackles, 15 of them were solo. So
Man was going crazy.
he was going crazy out there. And also shout out to Jamie Sherwood, who had 10 total tackles and 1 solo, though. So Jordan Brooks was putting in that work on his dolo. Let's get into the team stats for you guys right here. Man, third down was not the best for the Dolphins, going 4-12, even though the Jets went 4-9. The Jets had 104 more total yards than the Dolphins as well. Jets had more passing yards and more rushing yards, but they had 13 penalties for 101 yards, and they had 3 fumbles lost with a minute less of a time of possession. So you can see where the game went wrong for the Jets because 13 turnovers for 101 yards and 3 fumbles, never going to get a win plan like that. So we got some news coming from that game because if you guys had not seen, Tyreek Hill went down with the injury and he tore multiple ligaments in his dislocated knee, including his ACL. His season has ended and his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, is expecting that he should be back at the start of next season. So this was a picture of
You said
Tyreek.
what? He'll be back when?
The ideal date is the start of next season.
Hold on. I got to get a couple phone calls on this one. What's my guy's name? There we go. Let's call it. Let's do this. I don't like that. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so he's cutting on somebody.
So according to Adam Schefter, Tyreek Hill's surgery is now complete and went very well according to his doctors, per the receiver's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, who added another surgery will not be needed. It's about rehab, and he will play next season. The realistic goal is the start of the season, James. So I'm not capping, James. Not my word.
I believe what you said.
But man, just want to.
He's not going to be explosive. Like, there's no way you recover. Like, he tore all 3, right? And he so his kneecap shifted.
Yeah, that's the picture right here. I can tell you guys, not an expert, but I know that his foot, it should not be leaning that way. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, like, dude, like, that's optimistic. He may be able to walk, by the start of next season. He could be able to jog. He could be able to work out by the beginning of next season. The fucking no, bro. Like, no way.
He was all smiles during the process, though. You can see him getting carted off. He was smiling. And somebody caught him in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. He was cheesing there.
You know why he was cheesing? You know where Tyreek doesn't want to be? Miami. He doesn't believe in Tua. The man was just like, that's the smile of a guy who knows he just got his retirement.
Right.
And doesn't have to work another day in his life because they're going to have to pay him the money. It's not his fault. And he's okay with that. He is okay with that. The only way he'll be on that roster is if they put him on the PUP list so that he can get all of the other incentives and bonuses that he needs to get that are necessary.
And Aqib Talib had something to say about Tyreek Hill's injury. You know, recently he became a co-host on the Gridiron, the Gilbert Arenas football show, along with him and Skip Bayless, for example. And this is a quote Aqib made in the video. Quote, "These football gods don't play no games. They do not play games. They do not make mistakes. You got allegations of beating your wife.
God.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Aqib Talib
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Hold
I got
on,
the
dog.
video. I got the video.
Hold up, dog. Hold up. Who said this? This is why. Hold up.
Ain't no way.
Before we play this.
You try to snatch someone's chain on the field.
Aqib Talib is like that.
Yeah, he is.
He is nice. One of the nicest corners to have played. Aqib Talib is also one of those guys who is really like that.
Right.
When it comes to football and his off the football. He's got the man was giving back to this community, acting like the drug dealers that have teams. Like, I'm trying to do what they doing, but minus the drug dealer shit, minus the gangster shit, minus the nigga shit. Like, my 7-on-7, we gonna be fun, flashy, splishy, splashy, and all of those things. But this man had his brother go to the trunk, pop the trunk because they lost the game and unalived the man.
Right.
He snatches chains. He gets in the fight. And it's not just snatching chains. He talks about it in one of those cool animated, like the pool, like he describes why he did these things. It's a really good use. It's very funny and colorful. I like what I don't like is when we get to these positions. This is why when people say, James, man, I can see you doing Bobby TV talks about it. I'm like, man, you should be doing ESPN. They should get you. No, I don't. I don't want to do anything that I have to change. Unless they pay me stupid money out the gate. And then, yes, I will change, or I will turn into Jason Whitlock for $20 million a fucking year. I'm sorry. My friends will know that's not who I really am behind closed doors, but I will play a caricature. I will step and fetch and tap dance for money for my family don't have to do it because I ain't never seen. $20 million is the entire net worth for every Coleman ever alive. Like, I'm talking about going back to when we got over here on fucking boats. Like, that's how much we made. I'm not about to pretend that I ain't above, that I'm above that. But this shit is why it pisses me off. Like, Big Leon Searcy on 3 ESPN 30 for 30s. One of them broke for how much fun he had. But I've seen this man critique current players when I'm like, dog, y'all was living. You know what it's like to be a young man with some bread. You said you got $50,000 and you spent the last $50,000 on a bitch that left you in the Bahamas. And you talked about it. Woo. All I'm saying is, how dare we get up on here and say shit like that? It's like me preaching to college athletes, you know, you got to have better discipline. Man, I shot up a club at 17. Like, not a literal club. If you know the reference, you know the reference. But what I'm saying is that you don't get to say that shit.
Yeah.
There's somebody else that's on that panel that can say what you wanted to say, but you don't get to say that shit.
Whisper it to him to say during a commercial.
Yeah, like, hey,
man, someone else.
Hey, man, you know the football guy. Because if the football guys was real, if the football gods was real, you would be paying the punishment.
Right.
You would have been paid, Akeem. But let's listen to my dog. It's probably intelligent too, because he's really good at this shit. I just want him to be who he is.
Right.
I always said, these football gods don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? They do not play games. They don't make no mistakes. You got allegations of beating your wife. Hey, that shit is real. I don't play like that. I'll be off this show. Somebody, if I get a call right now about somebody beating on sister, wife, daughter, any one of them, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really play like that. And football guys, they brutal. They don't make no mistakes, man. So, hey.
So you're suggesting
they tease you a little bit.
Even?
Karma.
No, it's karma, man. Hey, man. Hey.
Like,
You seen that tackle happen 1,000 times.
I knew it had to be something like that. I knew it had to be
32 by next year. He'll be 32 when the season starts.
Can we go back to
You make your money on speed.
Can you go back to
That might be, I don't really play like that. And football guys, they brutal.
I know
They don't make no mistakes, man. So, hey.
So you're suggesting
they tease you a little bit.
even?
Karma.
They show the
It's
full
karma,
body.
man. Hey, man. Hey.
Right.
You seen that tackle happen 1,000 times.
1,000
times. And
billion
then
times.
he snapped his whole leg in half.
Go back.
Then to be 32
Actually,
by
those
next year.
It's diabolical the way he wears his Jordans. Those aren't as bad as he laces his Jordans up so fucking tight. It bothers me. Like, you're not about to, we don't hoop in them, Skip. You can't hoop anyway, not at your age. But anyways, I actually now that I listen to it with context, it was him being who he is. He's got that dumbass gangster fucking logic.
that's what I was about to
It's
say.
a dumbass
Is he
gangster
dumb?
logic. No, it's not dumb. It's just we all have something that we're irrational about,
Yeah.
that we don't process the proper way.
'Cause then
He
you go-
probably done cussed out his old lady, which is somebody's sister. And I bet if her brother or her father came in, we know he bought that life.
yeah.
And he's probably used that. But then he's like, I'm gonna protect my women. And we know what that means when you say, it's kind of like when Murder Ray say, I'm gonna pray for you. It ain't the prayer that you want, dog. Like, he's probably threatening you at this moment. You shooting up little league football games, dog. Like,
Man.
you don't think, like, you think if there's a football guy, he's like, little league football game. Well, it's 2 men involved, so okay, we'll turn our back on that. We draw the line with women. Smite him, almighty smiter.
That's what I'm saying. By his logic, everyone who was ever injured did something evil.
Christian logic in general. When you're blessed, it's God.
Right.
When you're without looking at, again, this is why
That's
I tell
not what the Bible
this is,
says.
but this just I can tell people have never read this shit. Job was minding his own fucking business, praising the Lord, doing all the right things. And God and the devil was having a convo, and God was bored and said, hey, man, like, devil didn't even bring up Job. He said, hey, man, my dog Job just be wild, be loving me. Hey, man, fuck his life up. He said he wouldn't be loving you if you fucked his life up. So he said, man, go on, fuck his life up and see what it be. And then the devil fucked his life up. And then he said, he was still praising him. He said, you know what? And then God said, you know what? Devil, you ain't even fuck it up enough. Let me show you how I treat the people who only praise me.
That's
And
not his lesson.
He smacked him even more. Man then when the devil can't get to you, he sends a 5'5" or under woman, big titty woman to come get you. And so that was what I'm assuming Job's wife was. So she in there like, Jesus don't love you, God don't love you. That's why he got off this. And then I think he offed her too. And then boom. Everything came out. He got blessed more, right?
Right.
He got more. God said, I'm gonna make you right. Like, he killed his kids. The Jets ain't even there, have nothing to do with it. So I'm just saying, if, like, logically speaking, if we're going based off of football gods existing and karma's not real. Shit happens is real.
Right.
Because if karma was real, my brother, you would have been got your comeuppance.
Right.
But I do appreciate. I thought it was going to be a little bit more judgy, but it was still Akeem Talib being himself. When I heard it, I'm like, okay, that's that dumbass gangster logic.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Michael Crabtree is sitting there like, what the fuck?
Like, my man's. He's like, my man's like, what are you doing here? What are we talking about? My grandmama gave me that chain.
Now we're going to discuss the second game of the doubleheader on Monday Night Football. That was between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, the Bengals got BTA 28-3. So let's break it down. Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals went 14-25, 125 yards. Yikes, got sacked 3 times. Bo Nix, 29-42, threw for 326 yards, had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, average of 7.8 yards per completion. And as well, you had Marvin Mims Jr., who had a rushing touchdown for Denver. No touchdowns on the Bengals side. And Cortland Sutton had a touchdown along with 5 receptions for 81 yards. And RJ Harvey actually had a receiving touchdown as well, 4 receptions for 40 yards. James, I want you to look at these team stats and look at the total yards difference, because the Broncos outgained the Bengals 512 to 159 yards. Man, that is a crazy difference. The Bengals averaged 3.7 yards per play, while the Broncos averaged 6.4 yards per play. Broncos had 326 passing yards, while the Bengals had 220 less with 106. Bengals had 53 rushing yards compared to 186 by the Broncos. And they both had their share of penalties, losing 72 yards and 65 yards. And the Bengals had 15 less minutes of time of possession. That would do it for you right there. But 53 yards on the ground and only 106 in the air. Jake Browning filling in for Joe Burrow since he recently endured a turf toe injury against the Jaguars. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So he's filling in for him for a couple of months. But man, a lot of people are saying free the guys, man. Free Jamar Chase, free T. Higgins, even though they just got paid. Free Trey Hendrickson, even though he just got paid. But they going through it right now, man. Sucks to see it. Sucks to see it. So let's talk about the defensive player of the year from last year, Patrick Surtain II. So shout out to Next Gen Stats. They'll have these great infographics. So Patrick Surtain II allowed 1 reception for 8 yards across 13 coverage matchups with Jamar Chase, including 0 receptions on 10 matchups in man coverage. Surtain has now matched up against Chase on 54 career routes, and catch this, he's only allowed 4 receptions for 35 yards from one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. Man, there's
how many times have they? I mean, all right, so damn, that's crazy. Wait a minute, he has now met 54 routes. So is that like 2 games they've played? Because like, I'm not gonna hold you, man. This game isn't fair to use on him, because they've caught up to Browning. They got film on him now. They know he's not good. They know what his tendencies are. They know what the Bengals offense is. Like, one of the games they won, they shouldn't have won. Like, the Jags shouldn't have lost that game. But but that's still impressive, regardless of how you chalk that up. It is impressive.
Pat Surtain putting the seatbelt on, folks, showing you why he is the current defensive player of the year. And speaking of the Bengals, James, I know they're going through the ringer right now, and OptaStats has those very, very, very specific stats, including this. in each of their last 2 games, the Bengals have lost by 25 plus points, had under 200 total yards, had under 60 rushing yards, been outrushed by 100 plus yards, and taken 3 plus sacks. No other NFL team in the Super Bowl era has done that in back-to-back games. So, like you said, man, they have been going through it. Looks like they're going to keep going through it, man, especially with these stats, with those stats as well. So, James, I know we've been talking about Jake Browning, the quarterback situation, and courtesy of ML Football, we may have gotten some insight on a new quarterback in Cincinnati. We mentioned Jameis possibly leaving the New York Giants, but they have the other quarterback possibly going to the Bengals as well. That is Russell Wilson. So the Bengals are the favorites to trade for quarterback Russell Wilson per play profit. X recently got benched for Jackson Dart. And Jackson Dart and the the Giants defeated the Chargers, got his first win in his NFL career, got the first win this season for the Giants. So might be a quarterback move situation in New York, but who knows? Who knows? This is just some speculation right here. Just want to update you guys on this.
Sierra's husband strikes again. I just, why not go for James? Like, just go for somebody that you could actually use, and I don't know, man, but it would be par for the course for them. I don't think it's a smart move. I don't think it's Bengals going Bengal. If they go for that, then they deserve everything to get. Maybe they want a number 1 overall pick. Maybe there's a quarterback that they like. I do know part of the reason why, ironically, that Carson didn't enter the draft was he was afraid the Bengals would have picked him. So what if there's a world where you did all of that to avoid him, and then now they still get you?
I mean, he can work over there.
I mean, shit, if they pay you enough money, you can work anywhere.
We're talking about starting QBs, James, and the internet has been in a frenzy with the Browns' quarterback news because the Cleveland Browns are making the move as rookie QB Dylan Gabriel is set to be their starting quarterback while Joe Flacco heads to the bench after a few weeks of struggles per the insiders. So, man, looks like the Oregon, Oklahoma, and UFC quarterback is getting a chance to start in a regular season game for the Cleveland Browns, James. So that means Shador is QB2 now, right?
Yeah, just play Shador, man. At this point, tank your season. Just give the people what they want. If you're not trying to win games, go on and give the people what they want. I don't want to see any of them, but like, again, it's just karma to the state of Ohio, I guess. Like the football guys.
The Browns are going to be facing the Vikings as well, and they're going to be
That's gonna be a
playing,
mid-off.
and they're going to be playing in England too. So the game starts at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time zone for you guys out there. So make sure to check on the game to see how well Dylan Gabriel does against the Vikings defense. Man. Sorry for all my Shador fans out there with this news. I know it must have hit like a truck, and this is not perfect timing. It's not perfect timing. We're going to show some love to a wide receiver, James, and that is Puka Nacua. I know ML Football looked like they're throwing some shots, but they had to compile this stat right here because Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua has the same amount of catches this season as star receivers A.J. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., and Lad McConkey combined. Puka Nacua has 42 catches. BTJ, Lad, and Brown have 42 combined catches. So Puka is a workhorse for that LA Rams squad. He do be putting up numbers. Anybody have him on fantasy? You know I am not lying with you on that. But who, James, is this surprising to see these numbers and to see the wide receivers he's being compared with?
Better quarterback play. And better offensive coordinators at that point. Like, I mean, Puka is not just catching the ball; he's running. They're figuring out different ways to get him the ball. So, Brian Thomas Jr., outside of his drops, I can't really. There's really nothing he can really do about that stuff. So, but yeah, I don't fault him for anything.
Shout out to Puka, man. Keep on putting those numbers up, making Rams fans proud. James, we have to talk about NFL Youngboy because he said something that shouldn't even be surprising at this point, but it is still hilarious. So, NFL Youngboy, that is Dallas Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens, said that he did not know you could tie in an NFL game until this Sunday night when he and the Green Bay Packers had a 40-40 overtime tie. A shootout, if you will, on Sunday Night Football. A shootout on Sunday. So he said, quote, "I'd never been a part of a tie in my life. I didn't even know football worked like that. I thought we just would start another quarter right now and keep going, but a tie, that's a first time." Yeah. Man, NFL Youngboy, such a good football player. He's just a great football player.
He is. I mean, that man is not. They didn't bring that man here to to pass spelling bees and for his insight and his thought process. Y'all remember the video with us? If you don't, it's in the short somewhere. His combine when my man Josh Hinks asked him to say a simple sentence. Say your name, what school you coming from. You're opting out of the bench press, and if you plan to do it at your pro day. It took that boy about 5 minutes to get it out, and I was even just like, "Come on, spell it out, baby. Come on, now you're almost there, almost there." And that boy, it was like it sounded like he was being waterboarded. Like that's the craziest part about it.
Thank you, George Pickens, NFL Youngboy, for giving us a funny post to kick off our day. And James, speaking of funny, Joe Milton decided to give this casual a taste of what it's like to be an NFL quarterback. Man, he wanted the heat, and Joe Milton gave him that fast ball.
He
So
wanted something. He wanted some balls. Like we got to make sure we turn this up. So, like, ladies, I want to tell me your opinion of the phrase, and if you're like this, when you're trying to catch the outcome of balls thrown your way.
That's how you talk. You can't do it. I would. Yeah. Right. But like every time I dance, I'm like,
Yeah. I see.
Brutality. Can you roll back what he said? Where he wants to catch? Where he wants to be? Where he wants to place?
But like every time I dance, I'm like,
he wants it in the chest, not the face.
Yeah.
And then just like a sneaky bastard he is, he still hit him in the face. Yo, hey, my man.
There's a life lesson in that.
There's a lesson in that, man. Good D. Hey, man, sometimes when the top is good, when you got good top going on, you can't help but catch it where it go. You gotta get it how you get it. Like you gotta be quick. You gotta be quicker than that. But nah, it's funny just in a natural conversation, like just how things just get said. And my man's catching balls to the face on his day off. That's wild.
Joe Milton gave him that heat for sure. So we have some news coming from Fox Sports. Fox Sports partners with Tubi to stream its 2025 NFL Thanksgiving Day matchup featuring the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions. So what does this mean? You'll be seeing commercials of Jason Whitlock 24/7 during this game, but just wanted to give you guys an update out there for this Thanksgiving Day matchup between the Packers and the Lions. So since we're at the end of our NFL section for today, let's go over the stat leaders as of now. Go and blow this up for you guys right here. Dak Prescott is leading the league in yards with 1,119, only 5 more ahead of Matthew Stafford. Indiana Jones is number 3, Justin Herbert 4, and Jordan Love with that clean 1K coming in at number 5. Defensive leaders, you have Jordan Brooks. That 18 tackle game really helped him out. He's number 1 with 44, but Bobby Wagner and Tyrell Dodson are tied with him, along with Quay Walker as well. And then Tremaine Edmonds has 40 total tackles this season. Man, Miami has 2 defensive stars who are top 2 in tackles in the league. Man, that cannot be anything that cannot be something offense is excited about. Rushing, JT still number 1 with 414. James Cook showing you why he needs that money. He earned that money, 401. Travis Etienne, let's go. Top 5 with 394, coming in number 3. J.K. Dobbins, 323, and Bijan with 314. Brian Burns, James, NIL, Noel in the league, leads the league in sacks with 5. Byron Young in LA, 5 as well. They tie for first. Carl Granderson and Rashawn Gray and Nick Bonito tie for 4.5 as well. Receiving, Puka at the top should be no surprise. JSN, number 2. Quentin Johnson having a bounce back here from last year, 337. Ricky Pearsall, 50 Cent, 327. And Justin Jefferson with 326 interceptions. James, the Jaguars have 2 players in the top 5 as of right now. Devin Lloyd tied with Kevin Byard III with the most interceptions with 3. Jordan Lewis has 2 as well. And Tremaine Edmonds is here on this list as well with 2. Cam Bynum of Indiana has 2. So those are your stat leaders as of right now for the NFL. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Now we are at the Big Games BS section for today. First things first, we love to start off our Big Games BS section with our BS or bussin' food video rating. So I'm going to play James a video of a food item and ask him if he thinks the food is BS or if it looks bussin'. Today, we have this video right here of some chili lime shrimp tostadas. So we're going to press play. James, let us know what you think after the video, and let us know what you're thinking in the chat, guys.
I don't need all that sauce on the top of it though. But like it looked fire before the sauce too. So I mean the sauce doesn't look bad. But you know, those shrimp, those are some prawns right there, man. Like, but like what I don't like about tostadas, right, is and that is a lot of guac too. Guac, I like fresh guac. I've grown to like enjoy guac a little bit more. The texture threw me off a little bit, but like if they could have gave me like a more of a thin layer of guac on that, but I like to fold it. Like you gotta hold it like it's an open face sandwich, and it gets like messy and stuff. So, but like it's good. It looks good. Just too much guac, too much sauce. Like it's taken away from the scrimps. But yes, I'm gonna try it.
Nice. I've seen a lot of people active in the chat about it. Got some yays, got some nays. Excited to see the people jumping about the shrimp. But James, a lot of WNBA fans are jumping with joy because the Las Vegas Aces defeated the Indiana Fever last night in the WNBA semifinals to advance to the finals. So the finals are set. The Phoenix Mercury facing off against the Las Vegas Aces led by Asia Wilson, the MVP. This is the Aces.
What did Mel Gibson score? Was he balling?
She's injured, so she hasn't been playing.
So the best player in the WNBA, according to some, is injured, and her team played better, good enough to try to go at the champs. I ain't like the one argument people do have for Michael Jordan is that the Bulls didn't win any championships without him. They got close, but they didn't win. I'm just saying, like, maybe we should just Caitlin's good. Maybe we should just chill the fuck out with some of the stuff like a Giant still ain't out that motherfucker. But I'm not gonna hold you. I forgot that they were still playing basketball. So is Angel Reese still alive? Is she still doing stuff? Because we haven't been like, I mean, it's like if there's no way to tie people hatred into it, like people can't market it.
Yeah.
Now I do know she had a shoe that allegedly sold out, which I don't believe. The reason, can't tell you why I don't believe that her shoe sold out. Because, like, you know how you go to the shoe websites or whatever, and they'll show you all the sizes, and there's X's to it. Bro, the 15s, the 14s, the 13s, and the 12s were sold out. Who are these Bigfoot ass women buying these? That's one. And number two, I know ain't no man just buying no Angel Reese sneaks unless they're part of the community. And even then, that's a big foot ass community member, man. Like that's wearing the size 15 and 15 shoe. But you know, I know they got a lot of stuff that they're dealing with the WNBA right now and wanted to get paid and all these other different things. But like, I know this. I don't know how I would feel. Maybe I would start talking like a lot of these other people, like they're pushing an agenda on our sons. Even though I like lesbians, so I tell people all the time, like the only time we talk about agendas is when you see two men kiss. I know how to change from that because I don't want to see that shit. I'm sorry, that's my preference. I don't like that shit, but it's beautiful when it's multiple women involved. That's just my opinion. It might not be your opinion. It's my opinion. But if my sons came to me and said, "Dad, well, I got one's birthday's coming up. October 23rd. He made sure, he said, Dad, is it October 1st? My birthday's coming up. Just so you know." I got it, dog. Got you. But if he came to me and said, "Dad, I want a new pair of shoes." And I said, "Man, you know what, son? I love that shit when you ask me for what kind of shoes would you like, baby boy? We'll get whatever shoe you want, dog. You want to go get some more J's? You want to go get, I like the Angel Reese's, Papa. You want the what? I'm not buying them. I'm not buying them. Not buying them. You go somewhere else. I'll get you an Angel Reese jersey, like just because it might be commemorative or some shit like that. Like I don't like, but I'm not buying no fucking Angel Reese sneakers.
What about Asian?
I'm not buying them either. I'm not buying. My daughter asked for them, but she wouldn't. All right, cool. If my goddaughters asked me for some Asia Wilsons or Angel Reese sneakers, yes, baby, I will buy those for you. I love that empowerment shit. But I don't know, man. I just don't like them. It's a tough sell because it's not like they're fire.
Yeah, if they were
fire, I would like.
Consider
it.
consider it. Yeah.
But like, it's just we would just be buying shoes. You know, if hey, can you get me some that that she can sign? All right, I'm all about memorabilia. But to rock, bro, you better go get nah. I'm just not liking them. Steve, this is why I can't buy Red Octobers anymore. They don't make them anymore. The shoes that dad gets, they don't make anymore. They're not just sneakers. Sneakers, no. I hate when people say that shit. This is more, they are a statement. Everybody has their things. Some people wear jewelry, and that shows them. They wear the big hoop earrings, the ladies, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the freak. They wear all kinds of other stuff. Some people wear bright ass, loud ass colors. Some people wear shoes. And that's what we do. But like, now my son, I really don't give a fuck about. Like he has a pair of Jordans right now, and it sickens me the way he wears them. Me and his brother, like I'm talking about the shoots, the back is all stepped on. Like, luckily nobody else will ever wear these because there ain't nothing else coming up. But and my nephew's feet are already damn near big as his. So they actually he's gonna have the problem. He got a wide ass foot. That big ass rice skinned baby is big. But like, you know, whatever, man. Like, but I'm happy for it. Good for the WNBA. I'm glad they're still playing and people are watching it. I'd go if there was a game out this way, I'd go to one just for the experience. My dog, better man than me, much better man than me right here.
Joe Bullard issued a apology to the Alabama State and to the FAMU fans out there with his recent comments about the Honeybees dance group affiliated with Alabama State. He did say that during the football game that the Honeybees were the new face of Ozempic, and this is his statement regarding that statement. Dear ASU and FAMU, I would like to sincerely apologize for my remarks during the FAMU versus ASU football game this past Saturday. My comments directed toward the ASU Honeybees were meant as lighthearted banter, but I now recognize that they came across in a way that was hurtful and disrespectful. For that, I extend my deepest and most heartfelt apologies. First and foremost to the ASU Honeybees, to ASU, to the ASU Marching Band, and to FAMU, and to the fans and supporters of both institutions who were in attendance or anyone else who heard my words. To anyone who is offended, I am truly sorry. Friendly competition and playful jesting have long been a part of HBCU band culture, but I've come to understand that my words crossed a line. My intention was never to belittle or disrespect the incredible young people who represent our schools with such grace, talent, and pride. They are the embodiment of our culture, and they deserve nothing less than our full respect. As an elder who has been blessed to serve and witness the brilliance of our students for many years, I humbly ask for your forgiveness. It is my hope that we can continue to move forward together in the spirit of unity, excellence, and mutual respect, regardless of the road ahead. Respectfully, Joseph Bullard.
It's a lot of words for a 5-second clip. Like, get over it, and get over yourself. If that shook you to your core, then fuck you.
I mean, roasting is kind of a part of our culture.
It's definitely a part of band culture.
Yeah,
it's definitely. Like, I implore everybody to go watch Drumline. I implore people to go like actually just study shit.
It's the internet culture that gets a hold, because now the clip gets to the racists and the politicals, and they're just going to use it as fodder to go ahead and openly, disrespect Black women or whatever. The internet is the real problem. We can't have anything to ourselves anymore.
Like, I'm sorry. You're, and there's nothing wrong with having there's nothing wrong with being whatever size you are. you have the right to be offended by whatever you want to be offended by. I have the right to say my opinion about whatever the fuck I want to say about. I don't think anything Joe did was malicious.
Right.
And if you caught that in that clip, a lot of times, people's the way they view stuff is based upon what they're going through at the time. That's not my motherfucking fault. Like, you chose to wear that outfit. You chose to meet the minimum weight requirement, which is the wildest shit in all of this is when Adrian posted in our chat, there is a minimum weight requirement. And it ain't 200. Jason Hayes puts, it ain't like he called them grizzly bears. Wasn't that a low-key compliment? Do you know what Southern and other, like in Grambling has called them? The honey bears. Like, there have been more pointed things. Even Joe has said something before in the past about the earth shaking. And nobody was in an uproar. You just felt like being sensitive that day.
It got viral.
And it's wild. Like again, one of my greatest and most empowering, the Humpty dance. Hey, yo, fat girl, come here. Are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, though. I'm skinny. They never stopped me from getting busy. Like, be proud of your shit, man. Like, because if you're doing that, they get down. They be jamming. Just don't understand this shit.
Now that leads us to our drawing for the Miami tickets. Got the spin the wheel lined up. So, James, do you want to give anybody last chance to put their name in the chat? What time frame do you want to stop at?
Right now, because I don't know how long they've been listening. I don't want to give nobody no opportunity to just see my man. You don't put your name in there. You got to follow the instructions. You got to type MFTK. So I'll give them right now because they're delayed. You got until 150, the hour 58 mark. And we'll get down. So you got to make sure, again, we got to follow instructions to be able to get the pair of tickets to, as Bert says, MFTP, man, fuck them people. I would do a member chat, but we don't have enough. We ain't even got if we would have got to 100, I would have done a member only chat. I mean, member only one, but like we don't have 100 members. I think we might have it now that I think was Ramon paid for the 5 extra members to put it. No, we were 15 away last time I checked. So even then, while we're listening to this, guys, make sure you go jam the subscribe button. Once we get to over 7,000 subscribers, we will give away $500 to a listener of Big Games BS, and we as well as give $200 to a member of the channel. Those are things that we do a lot here on the show. Makes the show fun. These are the things that I really, really like to do as well. So we got everybody in. What are we? We're why I be doing my math? We are 234 subscribers away from that 7,000 for those who want to know. And our memberships are we're 10 members away from the 90. So I mean from the 100 members. So let's go ahead and jam that spin button. I thought Polo Kid said it was his kid's birthday today, that weekend. Polo, can you make the game? If you cannot make the game, Polo, they are not your tickets. I can give you tickets to the pit game or another game if you won. Please make sure you comment real quick before we spin this bad boy one more time. Polo, you said your child is having a birthday. We're not doing. We not. I need this to be. I can get you something if you can make it to a game, but I want to make sure you're at the game. Get Polo going once. Polo going twice. So, yay or nay, Polo, you go into the game or we not? Because you did win outright. Okay. I don't want you sad at the game. I don't want you sad at your son's birthday party. All right, so Polo, you know the drill. For those who don't, when you win the drawing, make sure you reach out to us in our social medias with your phone number or your email address so that we can make sure we get you these tickets. So there may be some things you have to sign up for on that, but we got you covered. Appreciate you for also being a member as well as being a subscriber. Please continue to participate in all of these different things. We will be giving away a pair of tickets next Wednesday as well to the FSU Pitt football game. Great opportunities to be able to go catch a game live. Congrats to Polo Kid. For those who are watching on the Twitter, we appreciate you watching. Please give it an opportunity to watch on the YouTube so that you can participate in the chat, in the comments. We typically do not view the Twitter comments because we get paid on the YouTube stuff. Gingerverse asks how many tickets does he get? He gets 2. He gets a pair of tickets, pairs 2. That's what we always give away. If somebody would have came over the top, we wouldn't have had those. But hey, this is why we do it. I appreciate everybody for the support. Regardless. We will not be. I do not think we'll be streaming the Mandarin Rockledge game this week on the channel. So unfortunately, we're having some hiccups, and it's got like an 85% chance of rain. So we don't want to get the equipment wet. Anyway, we will have the next home game for Mandarin University. Will be the Fletcher game. Fletcher game, which happens to be Mandarin's homecoming game. So it should be fun. Should have a lot of pomp and circumstance. A lot of different things that are going on. Outside of that, man, really appreciate everybody for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.